Chacha Obi Biara Edeba Daily Trends TV eso ensem a editie wo mangana eno ena yakeka abomu na yede bre ye tie4 yensem no na yense wadaje no yenko na enkuti ensem no enchemu.
You can get all the documents you want, but for you as a mission chief for a program, how critical is it for you to do that country visit to aid in your report and assessment, Doc?
Absolutely. This is absolutely critical because sitting in Washington, D.C., looking at the numbers, you don't understand the challenges of the country on the ground. You don't understand what people are facing, what are the problems we try to resolve, and what are the possible solutions for this resolution. For that, it's absolutely critical to come here, engage with people, engage with authorities, and also sometimes actually go around and visit some places, talk to ordinary people to better understand that. So these 2.5 weeks, what my team was here, we spent a lot of time looking ourselves in offices with colleagues from the Ministry of Finance, from the Bank of Ghana, from many other governmental institutions and private sector participants as well. And we're discussing the challenges and the problems and the progress of under the ECF arrangement. This mission right now is a very complex one. We combine 3 objectives in one. First of all, it's the last review of the ECF arrangement. Second is the article for consultations. It's an opportunity for us to step back a little bit and discuss the medium-term challenges of the country. And the third one is actually a new...
I mean, I knew that this program was supposed to end in May. And then I was explained to that there's supposed to be some technical extension because a lot of things go through. I mean, when the staff is on the ground, it takes some time to put together the report, go around all the department, even getting a date for the board meeting and all the rest. As we speak today, help me out with some one-on-one education. Has Ghana's extended credit facility program, has it ended?
So what happened during this mission and what we have announced just literally a couple hours ago is a staff-level agreement on the final 6th ECF review. That means that my team and beginning authorities have reached an understanding on the policies which are needed to complete this review. The next step for us will be to go back to the headquarters, prepare a staff report with a lot of analytical documents attached to that, and then present this staff report to the IMF Executive Board. We hope to do that on July 27th, and with that, the board will approve last disbursement of the ECF arrangement, and with that, the program will be formally over.
So, again, help me. So, this program will be over in July. This year.
Yes.
So, you're working with July 27th. That is the date.
Tentative.
Without going into detail, what is happening in that room is a step in the right direction. I mean, studies have been done, data, facts being presented, and the rebuilding of the party has started. As I said, I have a campaign team, the rebuilding, reuniting, recapturing power, and I think that is part of the process. I understand the flag bearer will be in soon. For me, it's very important for this party, because the state of the party as it is today is not the best. We've seen better days.
Yourself been engaged in reconciliatory tours, visiting the big wigs of the party. How crucial is that as well? Those engagements, reconnecting with the rank and file of the party ahead of the crucial internal elections.
Well, you see, to reunite the party, or even any organization, it's not an overnight thing. It's not like a light switch you can flick off and on. You need to engage. And of course, as you said, I did. I engaged. I obviously saw the flag bearer. I saw former President Akufo-Addo. I saw former President Kufuor. I have spoken to Kenny Ajipong. I have spoken to all those who contested him. And then I have started the process. Obviously, we are doing our internal party elections at the moment. And so it's starting from the grassroots up. And that is usually the 4-year cycle of renewal that the party goes through. I don't want to meddle, so I stay back And if I go into any region, I just try to talk to the regional leadership who are not the subject of any internal election at the moment, and then move on.
The feedback been like in your engagement with these party bigwigs and the rank and file of the party?
Encouraging. It's been encouraging. It has also focused my mind because people talk to you and they raise issues. And there was one question I never really averted my mind to. And they brought it up in almost 3-4 regions. They said to me, but how are you going to answer the northern question? And I said, northern question? They said, yes, northern question. I said, there's no northern question. And then they said, there is. Your flag bearer is a northerner. You are also a northerner. And I said, but the party has never put officers in place based on ethnicity or the original balance. The party just looks at competence and says this person is competent, this person has a track record, and then they put you in. So let's be factual. Let's use empirical evidence. Go back to 92, the start of our party. We had the flag bearer who was a Southerner. We had the chairman who was a Southerner. We had the general secretary who was a Southerner. And that's repeated after Adubuahin with Kufuor. His 2 attempts to become president, general secretary, chairman, Southerner, he himself a Southerner. All through till the first time ever the party took a Northerner, which was me. So the party has always looked to competence, not ethnicity. And so if there are 2 Northerners at the top, does it matter? As confident we can deliver?
Confident are you of victory finally?
Of victory? Nobody goes into an election thinking that they're going to lose. No, I'm going into this election believing that I have something to offer to the party. Obviously, I've been out of the front line of MPP politics for a long time. So I need to reconnect and to get people to avert their minds to what I did when I was chairman, which is what I just spoke to the parliamentary party. Because the parliamentary party is the biggest wing of the party today. Whenever we are in opposition, the parliamentary party is so relevant to the party itself. So that's what I was doing. I tried to avert their minds and remind them that when I was chairman, we ended up with 169 seats.
For your opportunity to address this matter. It's a national matter that has grabbed the attention of your party. The indiscriminate arrest of your party members, the detention of Abronye. If you were to appeal to the system, what would you say?
I touched on that subject in there, and I was very clear. You see, nobody is above criticism. Nobody. Even some people think that they can criticize God. You know, although I keep telling them God has never made a mistake, so stop it. And so if a judge is criticized, that's okay. But it is the reaction that is the problem. It's the reaction. So you lock this man up. You don't even give a date for when he will reappear. So he's lying in there. What does the party do? And I told them, that's why I tried to form, during the time I was chairman, a rapid response legal team for every region. Every region. Anybody who is picked, immediately our lawyers kick in. Rapid response. So by the time he's even called to stand before a judge, the legal team has already formed their strategy for battle, and they go into the court. And if you are putting somebody into custody without giving them a date to reappear, there are legal steps that the legal team will immediately execute. And for me, that is the way I will do things. That is the way I see the winning.
Look, if you look at the survey of delegates and you ask them, what criteria are you going to use to pick someone? The number 1 criteria they mention is performance. How can you perform at the same time just in position? So you must focus. When you focus and do your work very well, you'll be deemed to have performed. And that will annul to your credit. Another thing they mentioned was vision. So you must be preoccupied with creating a vision wherever you are. making people believe that what we are doing is going to benefit the entire country. So the vision. And they mentioned serving the party. So if you are seen to be disruptive outside the party, outside the government, you will be punished. So if you understand the polling data, you actually stick to the rules and do your work, focus on your work. When the time comes and say, I am contesting, I think the public will say that you served well.
Is that not why they say it's too early for you and your organization to be conducting polls?
As for me, dear, look, before Mahama became a candidate, people were planning who would replace him. So what we are doing is the natural discussion that is happening in our homes. I think some of them, they are very uncomfortable for us to bring what people are thinking and discussing in public. When it comes to politicians, the less we know, the more we favor them. So, and they don't want that transparency. For us, we're not there for them. We're there for you Ghanaians.
The findings, are Atu still in the lead?
Among the public, yes, Atu is the favorite. Among the, let me break it this way. Among all voters, Atu is leading in all the parts. Among the NDC folks, Atu's lead widens among the NDC folks. Among floating voters, it's lead by bigger margin. So from that perspective, you can see that he is the favorite among the public, but the public don't vote. The issue is whether the delegate would defy the public, and we haven't seen that happen in our polling history. Normally, the delegate listen to the public and they act. If he continues to perform the way he's performing, I don't think it will be difficult for him not to be the flag bearer. That's the fact from the polling data.
Kwame, your history, you know. They don't took a position say anti-NDC because of its history and our own political understanding of education. Until about 2014 or 2013 when President Mahama became president, some of us felt that it could evolve in new things. Along that line, relationship that may of us said we can adopt a movie nom at the near Dinty. Well, say look, let's give them this a chance. And a bit relax on his history.
And some book,
but the consonants are showing ourselves say a buono Sunday with the idea. Before Kevin Taylor, I got attacking president before. Some more kind of from Kevin Taylor there. May the American and say, many problems if I can wait to be I won't trust the president first one. Don't for me. Seven. I'm a man, channel, but channel. And I, if you are so near you. But no, bro, we are more men, some community people of I don't think I have ever met that gentleman. Only men control baby, I didn't share baby other. And so, what if you do so, I can someone from my beliefs and pray. I grant you. But Papa is 87 years. John Adekunku for 87 years. Amen. Only Papa didn't come out. Not doing that, so you're alert. Say, Bibi, Sabi, wheelchair with him. That the person had the sister cry, won't me a cover and more days. But a year no more. The deliberate attack on disability by NDC members as signs and surrogates are enough for a catalog. Yes, members. NDC members, NDC 4, any one more NDC Casamafo, any one more big NDC 1, young woman. Kevin Taylor was it there? President Kofo, I have a drone on person of best for your night. Hey, Martin, and yet, Martin, but only careful. If you say, we say, Papa, means you children cry, half, okay, so Kim cry, and also, only careful. If you are Bama, or my power to me, because I'm and what can I speak of Parliament currently? 2018 or Casa Gentia would go 2016. I say President Mahama appointed Dr. Henry as minister. And I appointed Omanibuama as minister. Omunana describe stammer and blindness. Okay, say Minia San George. Okay, say I've recognized Green Street needs an elevation to be able to see the better Ghana agenda because Green Street akokase ye na e koso e how claim say better Ghana name yo. I mean 2017 his last State of the Nation address President Mahama ka say now we're increasing disability share of the common fund by 50%. It was not true. I am in there say 2025 Obeka said we must have baby and another dank akufo do man so do ye 3% no they are 5%. But it was an insult. Say adia won ye ma adobi na odeka
National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, the Chamutia from Namu. Oma boy Roma Copium or Dominance, and Zima Equia, a year at Toya Mantum. No more country war and on which I said no crack, and Nancy be or why yen so many to a former good year, and a mumra quanso. Send a be enum jina church jina papa, and Nancy Makuma and 9, one much as a brom copium or Dominance, and Cobras to Kakrakana Hono, Uncle Duya Nantia, you many, woman. Adenya yeni yabo ban wa ha yabo ban na chikra yanka se yetu afoma gudie ni bi na wo mufiri na mo ba bra Facebook na bere ba ko no ni chese asojafo ne de arem so wo fam ho na bansi de gugu wo masene eno ade no na yese wo mabe wo monam o mabe pa no monam na asojafo ne chese emrantie ni kura brantam ene pop action gun ibia ene wo mudu ho no wo man chese o mo ye mema pa akani etuo ni bikra ekeka ho enipa maako enan ene yensa eka ho ne odikan eye Alpha Musa was 28 years Raman Roji was 29 years Raji Bengali was 25 years Mohammed Agana was 25 years Entipeni owom ene ye Alpha Musa was 28 years no nanye woman no woman preso wa fam wo bia ena nyame ya dom omudi wom sunkunim eche wom na bra ye bisa ye tototo ma no na ena omka che na mosifo ne se ye ha ye ba ye no empanifo bi na suma yen a sam panifo ne ye adwuma wo mase empanifo be ya wom se national security personnel bia wamo ewo empotem ha ye fra wom se ya ye se number 1 eye ras number 2 eye mambo number 3 eye nanateku and yes, why nanateku, why mambo, why ras, yes, so many now prestia. And an I was first, yet, yanam near Chincrofo, yes, Mundaya from a good idea, yademoko. Now what you must say, and yan qua, and a woman, and yan panenqua, one action guns, no woman, you 82 AA cartilages, Abubano, woman, Makumaku, Edro, watching you know. And a womunya etuo na nkasa nso ebika ho ene brantama na se nkrante pa womunya kese miensa water pumping machine womunya baako ena control board womunya mienu na enu achi omuche se womuto omani no mu se excavators esisi ensuo